Right, I want to talk to you about preparing expander pellets. To me, it's really important. I want to keep things as simple as possible, and I'm going to use expander pellets that are really good and do the job. For that reason, the only pellets I use are Dynamite Pro expanders for a number of reasons. They're uniform in shape, they hold together really well, which means when they're on the hook and you're lifting and dropping, you don't have to lift your whole rig out. You know that they're still on the hook, which means you can spend more time in the water trying to catch fish. That's really important with expander pellets. A few little twists what I like to do, which is stemmed from my years of chefing, that I like to add certain ingredients to my pellet to keep them tougher and more robust and make them a little bit heavier than your average expander pellet. So I'm just going to run through exactly what I do. Get a Ringer's pellet pump, a handful of 4mm, slip them in like that, put the lid on. I'm just going to completely fill the pot up with water, like so. And I just want to pump them enough times for them to sink. I don't want to pump them any more than that. So you can see, 2 pumps and they're all down to the bottom. Pumping pellets isn't about speeding up the process of your pellets expanding for you, ready to be used on the hook. It's all about getting them to sink so they create good bait presentation. The more times you pump a pellet, as you're dragging that water pressure through the pellet, you're breaking up all those tissues that hold together, that keep the pellet a very robust texture. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drain the water off like so. And I've got one of these little medicine pots that I use that coincidentally fits straight into the pot like that. You can get these from anywhere. Dump the pellets in, and now what I'm going to use is, I either use this, liquid Scopex, or coconut. I generally like to use coconut in the winter because it's a white colour, which means it's neutral. It's not affecting the colour of the pellets. In the summertime, we're on the Stainford Canal bream fishing today, trying to catch some skimmers with commercial baits. So I'm going to add a little bit of Scopex, a bit of colour and a little bit of scent, might help a few more fish come to the net. So all I'm going to do now is just fill the pellets enough so they're just covered, and this is about beauty about using this pot. You can accurately add the same amount of liquid every single time. So I've just covered those pellets just so they're above the height of the pellet. I'm going to put the lid on, give them a good shake, mix them around, and let those pellets absorb that oil. What you'll find is, because it's an oil, they're not going to expand too much. They'll add weight to the pellet, which means they'll sink to the bottom quicker, which is going to increase your bait presentation. What you've got to remember with expanders is they're very light and buoyant. So let's create those pellets to become more stable on the bottom, which creates better bait presentation, and you'll definitely catch some more bites, get some more bites and catch some more fish. We're going to have a look at these in 2 minutes. Right, I've just left these about 10 minutes, just give them some time to absorb all that oil. I'm all ready to fish now, so let's have a look at these pellets, see what they're like. As expected, they've absorbed that oil, and as a result, they're really durable. I can squeeze them, yet it'll expand back out. That means when I put them on the hook, they're going to hold the shape on the hook. More importantly, they're not going to come off that hook. So there's a great little tip for you to go out and give it a try when it comes to expander pellet prep. They work brilliantly, and as well as that, with them being an oil, you can do your pellets on a Friday and they'll last for days because the oil acts also as a preservative as well. So give it a go.